We're going to review one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Dune is out in our cinemas from today. It boasts a star-studded cast like Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac and Rebecca Ferguson. Well, our very own A-lister film correspondent Don Louis is here to share more on Dune. So Don, it's not the first time it's being made for the big screen, with David Lynch doing it in 1984. That was not well received at all. So how was this adaptation for you?
Yeah, go to YouTube, you'll find the 1984 version. You'll see that David Lynch, who's like an Oscar-winning director, went big on what he likes, and which is body horror and kind of grossness. And also the story structure was all over the place. And the thing about Dune is that what David Lynch didn't quite get was that it's a complicated, complex world. It's basically a socio-economic story about a bunch of imperial families fighting for control of a planet. So politics, military, and the setup is very important. And this version, Dune, gets it right. In fact, it is 2 hours plus, and a lot of it is just setting up and making sure that people understand what's going on without the text crawls. Remember the infamous text crawls of Star Wars, Phantom Menace? It was like reading a bloody politics history book, and in the end you still couldn't get it. So the setup, the world building is very important, and this film from director Denis Villeneuve gets it right.
Right. So exactly, let's build on that point, John. You know, like you said, the first film really has the very difficult task of introducing the universe, the characters and everything, especially for people like me who have never even read the book. So can you tell us more about, in the ways in which Dune managed to set everything up?
Yeah, it assumes that you haven't read the book. I haven't read the book, and I still found it quite clear. And it's more complex than just warring families, because there are factions within the families, and there are with their religious orders which are bound to do some things and not. So it's like a chessboard, and certain pieces can only move in certain ways. It's like Game of Thrones. They had a whole season to point out who's who and who belongs to what family and what they're like. So it's a very admirable job. It's a very tough job, and Denis Villeneuve manages to get it right while providing a bunch of entertainment, a bunch of action.
Well, thanks as always, John. That was film correspondent Don Louis. Dune opens in Singapore today. Never mind the fictionalized, futuristic, sandy landscape of Dune, we can't even explore other countries that are right here in this world. Well, so if you can't fly, airplane spotting is the next best thing, and that's what aviation enthusiasts told our travel correspondent Clara Locke. So Clara, Life Picks, as you know, is all about you guys giving ideas on what to do on an off day or a weekend. What do I need to take note of to prepare for a plane spotting venture?
Two places that are really popular among enthusiasts are Changi Business Park and Changi Beach Park. And they like to go either early in the morning at sunrise or closer to sunset at maybe about 4 or 5 p.m. when the light overhead is not so harsh and you can get like nice blue skies, and it's better for photography. Photography-wise, you don't need a super pro camera, although you do see a lot of people with telephoto lenses. You can also use a point and shoot, or you can get great pics with your phone. And I think it's really nice to, for non-plane spotting enthusiasts, it's nice to just go there with a picnic and hang out with friends and share the memories that you associate with flying. Because I think, we see a Scoot plane and we think about short weekend trips that we used to take to Bangkok or Bali, or we see an SQ plane and then, it reminds us maybe of the first time we flew Singapore Airlines or a long haul flight that we did to Europe or the States. So there's that reminiscing aspect of it that I think is nice for the lay person. And to find out which planes are coming in, they use Flight Radar 24, which is this website that tracks commercial aircraft around the world. So from there, you can see the types of planes, the make and the model, and sometimes the photo as well of the aircraft that are coming into Singapore. So it's nice to look at it on your phone and then look at the sky and see if you can spot something similar.
Well, thanks for that, Clara. Plane spotting. Do give that one a shot. And before I go, a quick check with food correspondent Eunice Quek on 3 hot pot hotspots new to town and could heat up the competition with Haidilao and Beauty in the pot. So Eunice, I understand you have three mentions: Budaka in Geylang, Mot Hai Bayo also in Geylang, and Mrs. Fur House in Takashimaya. So what's available at these places?
Let's start first with Budaka, which is said to be the world's first Indian hot pot and grill. And basically what that means is that you get like Indian spices that are used for like the meat marinades, to make the broth as well as the dipping sauces. So let's say for example, it's crab broth is inspired by the South Indian dish crab rasam. Then you have the other two, which are Vietnamese ones. Mot Hai Ba Yo, if I got that correct, in Geylang, offers some interesting ingredients in their hot pot. They have one with fried frog, duck, which is an off-menu item, and Vietnamese mudfish. And so each set comes with fresh vegetables and bee hoon for a nice meal. And I highly recommend that you also add on other barbecue items like their grilled seafood and meat skewers. And then at Mrs. Fur House, they also have some interesting soups. They have you can try like their crab bisque for the hot pot, as well as a perilla mutton soup. And they also have other dishes, cooked food dishes like the 5-spice butter quail and lemongrass chicken in clay pot. I think what's interesting with this recent crop of hot pot places, aside from them having very interesting ingredients, they may not be very common. They also pay more attention to the cooked food items, which I do think is a very good plan B if they ever need to focus more on deliveries or takeaways.